Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. Okay, so I'm down in like my cold cellar basement area. I'm freezing. Got my Toronto Maple Leaf blanket. So I was thinking about like how so many people come here for my gardening, but then I also remember that I have a ton of you guys that come here for canning as well. And I haven't really talked about my canning plans for 2024. Like, forgive me, I'm still cold down here. And I just wanted to touch on that because I wanted to let you know, one, more canning content is definitely coming for 2024, and I just wanted to kind of talk to you about that. So first things first, the pressure. I know I talked to you guys last year about how this year is going to be like 2024 was supposed to be like pressure canning content. Okay, so I live with my spouse who is terrified of the pressure canner. Like, I have one, it's all good to go. Not the pressure canner itself, but the glass stovetop that's brand new that we are worried about shattering. So I've got the pressure canner. I'm ready to go. I just need to get one of those like camp stoves so I can do it out in either the garage or like out on the patio. I'm fine with it. It's cool. It's just going to cost me like a couple $100 more than I planned on. I am going to look on Marketplace. If you guys know where to get a decent one, I'm in Canada, so that might be a little bit different from like in the States. Everything in the States is so much cheaper than us. The cheapest one I could find was like a Coleman one, and it was $1.79. So with your taxes and stuff, you're looking at like $200. I don't have access to doing it on the side of my barbecue. There is a burner, but it just doesn't burn hot enough, I wouldn't think, to sustain the pressure of a pressure canner. So if y'all have tips or tricks on avoiding this situation, I know a lot of people will like can on top of the glass, and I'm fine with that. I just live with somebody that's not, and it's not worth my marriage. So pressure canner content is gonna have to wait until I guess the fall. We're gonna focus on winter water bath, which I'm actually cool with because there was actually quite a few recipes. There's actually one or two that I already shot last year that I didn't have time to upload, so they're gonna come to you this season, and they're all water bath. There's quite a few things that I wanted to try anyway, so it is what it is. I'm not gonna freak out too bad about it. I'll give attitude later. Let's get into what that's gonna look like. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm excited about. So obviously I love the support of my friends watching my videos, but I'm kind of hoping that my one friend doesn't watch this video per se, because she orders raspberry jam like every grocery shop that she does. She loves it. I don't know if she's ever had like a homemade one. At least she's never had my homemade one. So we're gonna make raspberry jam, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So I'm gonna just gift it all to her because I hate raspberries and raspberry jam. So I'm really excited to just make that for her, and we're gonna can that up, and I'll show you how. What I do love, however, and I've never made on this channel, is strawberry rhubarb jam. So I've made strawberry jam in the past, but never strawberry rhubarb, and I have a connection. My neighbor, I made a detrimental mistake. If you're a gardener and you hear this, don't listen. So I had a rhubarb patch when we bought this house 5 years ago. There was a rhubarb patch in the backyard, but I wanted a raised bed over top of it. So I ripped out all the rhubarb like down to the root, didn't transplant it like a complete idiot. And like, it's actually kind of difficult where I am to get rhubarb shoots. Like, you can get them in the mail, and like they will come, but you risk, of course, them dying, yada, yada, yada. Like, where was my head at? Anyways, a neighbor I've just found out has some in their backyard. So I'm kind of hoping to not only scam some for my jam, but I'm also kind of hoping to scam some to plant. Fingers crossed for you guys. Strawberry rhubarb jam, that's on the docket. Roasted red pepper spread. So this one is in the Bernadette book, I believe. Maybe it's in Ball, doesn't really matter. But it's basically like, it's not red pepper jelly. It is basically chunks of red pepper, and you would use it like on like a tomato, like with tomato on like bread, or you could use it with pesto. I'm really excited for that one because I feel like it's going to be so delicious. Definitely for like an antipasto platter or like with appetizers. I'm going to probably use it like on my chicken and stuff like that. I'm really excited for that spread. Another thing I'm super excited for, once it's tomato season, we're making chicken wing sauce. I am very, very hard to please when it comes to chicken wing sauce, and the recipe that I got is like safe for water bath. It's using a tomato base, and word on the street is I've actually never tried, like I tried theirs, but like I've never made a batch myself, and word on the street is like when you make the whole batch, it stays just as fresh as it did, and it's like one of the best wing sauces that I've ever had, which is nice because then I can literally make big drumsticks and just slather that in wing sauce. Okay, moving along. You're gonna see grape juice. I've already made it. I bought fresh grapes last year from my neighbor, and we made grape juice. It was a process. It was like a 3 or 4 day process. You'll see in the video, but totally worth it. Kicks Welch's right in the butt. It is so delicious. Can't wait for you to see that. But if you're wanting to make grapes, I use Concord grapes. Good luck. Honey pear jam. This was a request of my spouse. So when pear season comes, I'm going to use, I actually have, there's a beekeeping place just down the road from me. So we're going to use their fresh honey, and I'm going to get some fresh pears from, again, a neighbor. I've got a lot of neighbors with different stuff. It's really great because we can like community swap, and that's awesome. Side note, if you're in the canning community, not only are you looking at your grocery stores for good deals and stuff, but if you can like piece together pieces like from neighbors and friends or other gardeners in your community, it's really awesome. Like I share my stuff to make like stuff all the time. So we're going to do honey pear jam, and I am going to, last but not least, in terms of actual canning in a water bath canner and preserving on the stove for like on a shelf, I'm going to do cranberry sauce. Stay tuned on whether I'm going to do like actual sauce or jelly, and the reason being is like I'm in Canada and it is ridiculous, specifically Ontario, Southern Ontario, ridiculous to find fresh cranberries around the holidays. It only comes out around the holidays. I have a puppy here. It only comes out around the holidays, and when they do, they're ridiculously expensive that it just doesn't, like, I understand it's fresh and it's delicious and all that jazz, but it's just not really worth the effort and the time and the money that you spend to make them. So stay tuned for that. But I do want to discuss other canning type situations. So you will see mid-April pickled eggs. So those are not preserving for shelf stable, but they are canning type related. So you're going to see pickled eggs. You're going to see apple pie liqueur. So I'm using apples from my backyard. We're going to infuse some liquor, and we're going to make like an apple pie type liquor. We are doing fridge pickles. I'm doing 6 different types of fridge pickles. So you're going to have like your generic garlic dill, and then we've got things like Asian style, we've got Mediterranean style, I've got many beef. We've got many different pickles for you, so that's really exciting. And then the 2 other things that I'm doing that's kind of in relation to canning is I'm going to make fire cider come the fall for cold and flu season. I'm going to show you how to do that. You're making that in a jar, and you can keep that in your fridge for like when you feel illness coming on, similar to like an elderberry syrup. And then the other thing I'm going to do is we're going to do sun-dried tomatoes. I'm hoping to show you how to do it in 2 ways, because you can do it in your oven, but we're actually going to use the sun. Like we're going to straight up put these guys out in the sun and then can them up and make sun-dried tomatoes. You can't really can them in like the oil, but we're going to preserve them, and I'm going to show you how to make like fridge stabled sun-dried sun-dried tomatoes. I am super excited for all these things. I have rambled for 8 minutes. I am ready to go upstairs, get warm. I cannot wait for you to join me along in this canning journey. I always have so much, of all the things that I have the most fun doing, my garden tours is one, and canning videos are the second, because like nothing beats, like I've got shelves upon shelves in here, nothing beats like fresh produce, grabbing a jam and cracking that, grabbing a relish, cracking that. Like nothing beats like fresh produce and fresh canned preserves. We will talk to you soon. Bye.